Okay, this year I'd like to turn every month into a porcelain doll for one of my characters for funsies, and since January had just ended, it's time to do them. I've made a mind map of each month so I could have a better overview for my plans, and I would like each month to at least have a sign of their assigned zodiac sign and their key elements. And I also wrote down some other thingies so I could build a vision of what I want based off these things. Now I know that in the first half of the month is actually Capricorn, however, I still needed to decide between one zodiac sign and I don't know. January being Aquarius just sat really well with me, but don't worry, Capricorn will eventually get its time to shine during Christmas, so but oh well. Now, many people would probably assign January with new beginnings, with it like being the first month, which I agree with. However, because of that, I honestly think that January is real depressing. Like, I'm sorry, but we've got freaking like Halloween, then Christmas, and then nothing. Like, and there's literally a day for January called Blue Monday, which is considered to be the most depressing day of the year. It's the third Monday of January, by the way. But anyways, so because of these factors, I've decided that I'd like January to look melancholic, to like give off like, melancholic vibes. And overall, I wanted their design to give off that like depressing side of the winter, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So now that I knew what I was going for, I made some sketches. I thought that since they were meant to be based off Aquarius, it'd be cute if they had a bonnet that could slightly resemble a vase, and their hair was like curly, kinda like waves, if you know what I mean. Originally I thought of just giving them a vase on their head, but that ended up looking more like a cauldron, and didn't match the vibe which I was going for. But eventually, I was satisfied with what I've got, and it was time for the next step. Now before I make full references of my characters, I often draw down their design using symmetry tool, as it saves lots of time not having to tweak the design any further while drawing the reference. I've also made a base specifically for this series so I could have a view for the proportions and like overall the anatomy. Once I was done with that, I could finally get to drawing the official thing. Now, while I was sketching down the design, I realized that the clothing wasn't matching my vision and overall the idea of it at all. I wanted them to at least slightly have the elements of Victorian era and like the doll fashion, I guess, you know what I mean. And because of that, I had to dig deeper for more research. And as I found some cool winter stuff people wore during that era and like other things, I've decided to combine that together and boom. I think I got what I liked. One thing which I found really cool while researching stuff was definitely this style of like gloves. I don't know what it is, but I found it actually like really interesting. I don't know, I find it really adorable personally. I've also decided to give them these wave looking thingies on their cheeks, as I kinda wanted to show off the fact that they're meant to be a porcelain doll. And one last thing, while I was designing their cape, I actually thought it would be cool to base the buttons of stars from old folklore. Anyways, here's the finished thing. I'm quite fond of this design actually. I feel like I've achieved my vision, and overall, I don't think it's bad for it being the first month. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and stay well.